Hello, everybody. Welcome to Funnel Factor. I am Susan. I'm excited to be here today. Real quick, if you are new to Funnel Factor, what we do here every day on this show is we are breaking down landing pages for internet marketers that are killing it, right? Coaches, info product type entrepreneurs who have funnels and we know that they're doing well. So what we want to do is take what they are doing, learn from them, see what they're doing, and go and apply it to our own funnel strategy. I am a funnel designer. I help my clients do this every day, and I just want to be able to give back in this way as well for anyone who wants to come and watch this show for free. If you want to get free access into the Funnel Factor Vault, where you can watch all the episodes for free, you can go right here, funnelfactorshow.com, and we're going to get started. Okay, so let's get our screen up. Let's get our timer going. And today, what we're going to be focusing on is hashtag upscale. This is the third factor in our trust test that we take every funnel through, every landing page through. And today we're focusing on the U. Actually, T.R.U.S.T? Yeah, we're Wednesday. It's Wednesday. We're doing upscale. So we're actually focusing in on the design today. What we are looking for is how they have made their page not look templated, but make it look trustworthy and credible, and make it look high-end. So when we say upscale, we are talking about high-end professional. It makes their offer look trustworthy, okay? So real quick, put hashtag live down in the comments if you're here with me live. Put hashtag replay if you're here with me on the replay so I know who is hanging out with me. And let's dive into it. Okay, so we've got 9 minutes together. Let's see. First, what I want to break down for you on this page, we're gonna try to do it piece by piece. And forgive me if I keep touching my face. There's like a hair poking me in the eyeball. It is not fun. Let's just try get it out of the way once and for all. Okay, so let's do piece by piece. We're going to do backgrounds, and then we're going to come back to the foreground images, graphics. So on this page, you can see we have, first of all, we've got a white kind of header up here because we want that to be very crisp and very clear, and he is bringing attention to it, right? He wants people to know this is what this is for. But after that, this is actually not very common that I would do this, but it works for this instance where you have an image behind, like a full image behind your text that is like the most important text on your page. And the reason why I say that I wouldn't typically do this is because it just makes it a little bit harder for people to read. But I think it was done really well in this situation, and I think this picture is actually lending a lot of credibility to Alex, to his offer. So I think it works. It also, they've obviously put a blue tinted color on it. They've changed the opacity a bit so that you can read the text better. Maybe if it was like a little bit darker, a little bit more blue, and the picture was a little bit more faded, it would be a little bit easier to read this text, but that's just kind of nitpicking. But anyway, what I want to point out to you, though, is the picture he chose. Now, you may or may not be able to choose a picture like this of yourself, depending on where you're at in your business, but he has a picture of him on a stage teaching a bunch of people. This right away brings credibility to him and to his offer. If someone lands on this page and they have no idea who he is, they already know he is someone that people listen to, because look, he's in a room speaking to a lot of people. He has their attention. They are there to hear him speak. Chances are they paid him money to be there to speak. And one thing I love is the way that this picture is composed is that he's right here in the center. So even though we have text on this side and we have a graphic on this side, we can still see him right here in the center, which is pretty cool. I thought that was really awesome. So we have a picture. It adds visual interest, but it is also speaking to the person reading this page that I am somebody you should be paying attention to. Look at me in this room. He's saying that very, very subtly, but also not so subtly, if you get what I mean. It's there. He's not saying, look at me, I'm a big deal, but he has this picture there that is saying it for him. Picture's worth 1,000 words, right? So let's, I think he's got another background picture down here, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, okay. And then we'll come back to the other graphics on the page. So in this picture back here, he's decided to do another full width picture that's faded out with the blue, and it is also behind the text. It's still pretty good though. You can still read you can still read the text. But what this picture is showing, if you scroll, this is called parallax, when the picture is staying still and everything else is scrolling past it. When you are scrolling, at first you're like, okay, we've got a bunch of random faces. You may recognize some of them, you may not. I'm pretty sure that this is Marley Jax, who is also a testimonial up here, which we'll get to another day. But you may recognize some people, you may not. But the point is, look at all these people, and it's clearly a picture of people in his, like, world, in his community, in his program that he has helped. And because he is talking about how this program has helped a lot of people. I don't know, what were the words he said? Responsible for creating tremendous amounts of clarity and direction on where to take organizations. I thought he said or alluded to a number of people, but maybe I'm wrong. But anyway, whether you have a number for it or not, the picture itself is speaking to who's looking at this page of like, look, I've helped these people. These people have gone through my programs, and they have smiles on their faces, and they were happy to get in this picture, and he's speaking about how he has helped people, and he puts a picture there about people he has helped. So if you have pictures that go with what you're saying, put them in there. I like that he's using these as a background, and not just, like, he could have just put this picture as a picture here instead of himself. But he's using the space wisely, right? We have a picture of the people he's helped, but you also have a picture of him, again, bringing credibility to him. He is in his element here. He's got a microphone. He's like, it's showing like, look, I'm serious. I'm a serious person. This is my business. This is what I do all the time, right? So really cool ways of how he has used graphics as his backgrounds to bring credibility. These pictures were strategically chosen. Yes, you can just put in some like cool patterned backgrounds in there, but if you can have pictures in there that are sharing part of what your message is to the reader, to your audience, that's even more powerful. So if you can strategically place pictures in your page that are similar to this, depending on what you're saying, that would be a plus, right? Okay, so that's the background pictures. Let's jump back up and look at the foreground pictures. So we've got this graphic here, which hopefully you know by now that anytime you are selling or giving something to somebody, whether it's a digital product or an actual tangible product, you need to have some sort of visual representation of that product. Here, he is giving a presentation, a consultation call, and an explanation of where you were at in his framework. Is probably, well, everything in here is digital, but he still has a graphic for it. He probably, I can opt into this, you guys can come and opt into this. I'm not 100% sure if he is giving a PDF along with the presentation. He might be, that's kind of what this graphic is alluding to, but that doesn't necessarily mean you're getting a PDF. But I would imagine that this here is a like PDF of some sort, that maybe it's just showing the graphics of his framework and the Billionaire Code and all the different levels. It's probably a graphic of that at least. And then he is showing here, this is actually also part of probably what you're getting, is a screenshot of part of what you get. Now see how like you can see some of it. You can't really read it on this graphic if they, let's just for fun, let's see, open image, a new tab. If they didn't scale it down, you can open it up and you can totally read it. And some people worry about that, and it's really like, you're not giving everything away. If someone can read one page out of the thing that you are giving away and get all the value that they need, then you've got a problem with what you're giving away. So don't worry about that if you take screenshots of what you're giving. If you are doing screenshots of like everything you're giving, it's okay to like blur them out, fade them a little bit so they can't be read just by opening up the graphic larger. But the point is, he has a graphic. He's showing this is a digital thing. This is, I actually think it's kind of cool that he's got this other cover graphic here behind it, even though you can't really read the title of it, which, just trying to think of how I would do it. I maybe would have put it so you could read the title, but that's not important because we know what it's called. The title of it is not what's important. It's just having that visual graphic. And then we know that he has repeated another or not repeated, but he has another graphic down here where it is a totally different graphic. So we've got the Billionaire Code decoded. I'm not sure why he's chosen a different graphic, but he has. Typically what you would do is just have your graphic here. You could use the same graphic down here, but I think it's kind of cool that he used a different graphic. It's like another thing for you to look at. Okay, aside from the graphics, design-wise for this page, when you look at it, do you think it looks like a template? And I want to know what your thoughts are in the comments. Does this look like he took a ClickFunnels template and just put his stuff into it? I think your answer is going to be no, because it looks like a page that belongs to him, his business, and his brand, and this offer. And that is the goal here. When we are talking about upscale, we are taking it from template to the next level. We want it to look professional. We want it to look trustworthy. We want it to look credible. And I either never started my timer or I'm already out of time. I think I did. I remember it saying 9 minutes. So last thing I want to just say on here is icons are the thing to use right now and have been for a while. They are great and easy to just use as a visual representation instead of doing like a checklist, like here's what you're going to get and it's this and this and this in like a checklist. You know how we've got those checklist elements in ClickFunnels? Rather than doing that, break it up into columns. It's interrupting that pattern. We've got things coming down the page. We've got 2 columns. We go to single column. We go to 3 columns. Then we go back to 2 columns. Like it's interrupting the pattern and it makes it look more interesting when you can keep switching back and forth between where the eyes are going. And of course you want to do it in a way that the eye is flowing through your page and isn't like not knowing where to look. This page is really well done as far as the design, and this is a great page to use as inspiration for your own pages. So that's it for me today, you guys. Tomorrow we'll be back doing another element, another factor of this page, and we'll be hanging out tomorrow. So last thing, go to funnelfactorshow.com to get into the free Funnel Factor Vault. I believe that we have last week's episodes up in there, so you can go and watch those. And other than that, thanks for hanging out with me today, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.